All right, it's Friday.
Right. Yeah. Listen, Tracy, I think is here incognito. TL Caffey 1. Is that Tracy? Is that you, TL Caffey 1? Or is that an imposter? Phil is here, Lorianne. Very good. Well, we got craziness going on, Gene. Crazy.
I was trying to save it, channeling your anger at the left.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. What we're discovering very quickly. Oh, that's good, Tracy. All right, leave it. That's great. So what we're discovering very quickly is that the far right, we're always picking on the far right, the woke right.
More, yeah, we call out our own, so to speak.
Yeah, we call out our own. So we're always picking on them that they're dumb and they don't know civics and they all of that stuff. Now what we're seeing is the far left is just as idiotic. So we have an article that's up on georgemagazine.com, and the article is entitled "Trump Says Iran Talks to Continue Over Weekend and Tehran Agreed to No Nuclear Weapons." Right. So let me just read one of these comments, two of these comments, real simple. What a crock. Iran has always said it didn't want nukes and was being inspected under the JCPOA. This is idiocy. He caused all of this so he can make a bundle selling oil internationally. Like the treasury, it's not the treasury that's making money. It's Trump. Trump's pocketing all the oil money.
You realize he doesn't own any oil companies. You know what, though?
and he's forcing people to pay him in Iraqi dinar.
Which I welcome this.
I can't take it.
I welcome the left hate. I embrace it because we've been fighting what you would imagine is our own people for the longest time. But this is great.
Well, let me read this other one. There's a bunch of them, but I'll just take this one. He's just buying time to reload. If he sends Kushner, Wyckoff, and Vance again, I wouldn't even show up if I were them, meaning the Iranians.
This is great.
Here we go. This is fantastic. All right, we got Ginger's here, Larry's here, Darren's here, Donald. WikiWhack. All right, we like WikiWhack. That's a fun name. It's a fun name to say.
All right, Dave. First of all, it's Friday.
Hey, Miller. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dean.
No. That's good.
Bunch of people.
We're in giddy land here. What an extreme week for all this stuff going on. We'll fill everyone in on that stuff later, but things are falling into place. Okay.
Yes.
Dave.
Very much so.
We have been talking about the connection for a long time. When I say that, it's going back to. What was that?
Which connection?
Oh, we're talking about all this stuff with Venezuela, the Dark Fleet, and all this stuff.
You're as bad as the woman on the woman that reports on the Pentagon for Fox News.
I like her.
She throws around all the acronyms and everything else, like everyone should know this stuff.
All right, now, what am I, the guy that keeps everything straight, and you're the joke guy now? You like making.
I gotta tell you, it's not hard.
Okay.
All right,
we have been talking for a long time. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna just play the other video.
That's what Marty Dugas is here, and he says the same thing.
This one is good. This one, that's the stage. Here we go.
All right, you're ready to get more spooky dooky, and you're gonna love this one because it has to do with timestamps.
You know you love it. Okay, the new issue of George Magazine out right now. We told you 2 months ago that it was big because the theme of the issue was So It Begins. And you remember this video here.
Folks, the theme for issue 39 is So It Begins.
Now, the thing is, the issue is out now, and the way we designed the cover is so that it's dominoes that match with our calendar. You see all the dominoes go in there until it gets to a new day. But here's the thing. What did this new year start with? Of course, you know about Maduro. Here's the interesting thing. Did you know that the New York Times and WAPO had advanced knowledge, but they didn't get the article out about their raid until later on? Who scooped them? Who knew? It was the Vatican. The Vatican put it out before them at their time, 1156. Very interesting because others followed suit 1156. Now, what's interesting about it is if you go to our cover, So It Begins, what's the first domino? You see the clock there, 1156. Okay, so I say this because...
Frankly, that surprised me as well.
Yeah. People ask me all the time, they go, how'd you know? I was like, well, I'm learning a lot of this in real time myself. My point is, Dave, when we talked about Maduro and So It Begins and all this stuff, we talked about the Dark Fleet. All these boneheads on X and everything were saying, oh, some of them even were saying it was fake, which is a disgrace to our American heroes that got him out and risked their lives. But they were saying,
slow down.
Yeah,
Slow down.
sorry.
All right. So what the Goon Squad, what the MAGA Goon Squad on X was saying was that the capture of Maduro and that brilliant operation never happened. That was all made up. That Maduro has already been cooperating and he's been captured like 4 or 5 years ago or some craziness.
Right.
So
just say, oh, you know what? My source is bullshit. Sorry about that. I apologize for that. That's crazy to say that. But the less of the crazies were saying that it had to do with election interference and all this stuff. We've been saying this, that it has to do with oil and the Dark Fleet and Russia and to try to avoid another Cuban Missile Crisis, all that stuff. Okay? So now, okay, you go, please.
Yeah, I got a point to make about the guys in the Middle East. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so anyway, now it's all coming out with the Dark Fleet yesterday actually. Do you want to make your point first or show the 40-second Dark Fleet video so they know what we're talking about?
Well, show them the 40-second Dark Fleet video.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Up the remembrance.
Yep.
Across the globe, billions of dollars of black market oil moves through a network of aging tankers known as the Dark Fleet. From high-tech signal spoofing to old-school disguise, these vessels employ shadowy tactics to bypass international law. But a new U.S. crackdown on Venezuelan oil is finally moving to strangle this illicit trade.
The Dark Fleet model, for now, with Venezuela has been broken.
The so-called Dark Fleet is a network of some 1,400 ships that transfer Venezuelan, Russian, and Iranian oil in violation of U.S. and other international sanctions.
Right.
Okay, so that's the setup.
That's right. Now, the interesting thing is there's so much news today, guys. So much news, folks. But we're gonna go. We're trying to get through all the news in a coordinated manner.
I know. Okay. So you want me to go as planned and go through the. Okay. Yeah. So you guys know what we're talking about. Everything we're talking about today interconnects, and so we have to figure out a way to do it. Okay. The first story, Dave, on the Dispatch, Trump says Iran talks to continue over the weekend.
Right.
And Iran agreed to no nuclear weapons.
Right. Now, you have to understand, first of all, this is the article that the far left is going nuts about.
Oh, bonkers over. Right.
And the other thing is, all of a sudden, at about 8:30 this morning, maybe a little earlier, the president posted that the straight. It was the president, but it was also the new president of Iran, posted that the Strait of Hormuz is 100% open and will stay open, and all of that. And of course, the stock market went crazy, and so on. But what we learned later is that that's because President Trump stuck to his guns. The Trump administration stuck to their guns. And how many ships did we turn back? Like 9 ships?
Right.
That's
right.
Great. That's great.
And I want to say, we talked about this before, but some of these headlines were saying, oh, like Trump backed out because it was a China ship. But it wasn't coming from Iran. It was coming from one of our allies there. So what are they going to do?
It was carrying something other than oil, too.
Oh, I didn't know that, but yeah.
It was carrying something other than oil. It wasn't coming from Iran. But the media seizes on it. Oh, see, he's letting Chinese ships through.
Right. Now, this video here, Dave, is a reminder of what was Trump's non-negotiable.
Yep.
And then Iran said, well, we also have our non-negotiable, and it's completely opposite. Basically, it's no nukes. Trump said you can't have a nuke, and they were like, we 100% will have nukes. Anyway, let's look at this one here.
Yeah.
So, you know, Iran wants to make a deal, and we're dealing very nicely with them. We've got to have no nuclear weapons. If we do, that's a big factor. And they're willing to do things today that they weren't willing to do 2 months ago.
Good job, Tracy, by the way. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Tracy, because that's true. Now, not for anything, guys, but it would be nice if you find those accounts that were saying, oh, we're going to have a Black Swan event. I know there's a 3-star out there that was talking about a Black Swan event pertaining to the financial industry. We're not going to name him by name, but you all know who it is. And he's probably part of that group.
I'm glad Ginger's on our side. That's all I have to say. Okay. All right. So reminder, and we did the video earlier with the 11:56 time clock. We have been accurately telling you what to look out for way back with Venezuela and doing this. In fact, one of the videos showed about Iran. Okay. So now that's being said, Donald Trump has stuck to his guns and they are relenting. So where's the news things like, oh, Iran backed down. No, you don't see that anywhere.
No.
But we have been talking about this at least for I don't even know how long, but big time the last few days. America becomes the world's oil lifeline as Middle East burns. Okay, well, that's
Listen,
okay. Yeah,
I got to tell you, Gene, the far left, not the middle of the road Democrats, but the far left and the far right. I mean, guys, they really hate this country. They hate everything about it. They hate what we stand for. They hate our wealth. They hate everything. And why? See, this is why they're so upset that the balance of power with the oil is shifting to the United States and away from the crown princes in the Middle East. I mean, think about it, Gene. When was the last time there was an oil crisis averted that didn't begin and end with some member of OPEC?
Listen, I grew up in the 1970s with the gas lines and all this stuff, so I remember that.
Well, even after that, there were oil problems and this, that, and there. It was always OPEC. Well, we got to raise production, lower production, do this, do that, and everything else. Okay, all right, we'll see you guys. You can stay over there. We've got plenty of oil, and we'll supply everybody. Now they're quiet. They're all quiet.
And Dave and I are giddy because we're battling lefties, far lefties, and like we've been wanting this, but like all this time before Alexis Wilkins did this and all this with Bongino, we're like doing nothing but battling what you would think is our own people because they're attacking us.
I know. Well, Gene, that fight's been taken over by the we got air support from Levin and Dana and the rest of that crew.
President Trump.
And Trump. Yeah, Trump.
How much can I say? This is not 5D, 24D chess. Trump is not secretly working with these people that he's calling out. They're not. He's not.
I tell you.
All right. Okay, now this is the tie-in. This is like all there with the Dark Fleet. Can I play that video? All right, here we go.
So that blockade, we heard from the Pentagon this morning. They have turned 14 ships back, and they have expanded this blockade to going after any of the sanctioned vessels, Iranian-sanctioned vessels, that dark fleet, the shadow fleet that carries oil around the world to China and other countries. They're doing that in the Indo-Pacific, and that Admiral Paparo of Indo-PACOM is leading that with naval vessels out in the Pacific.
You know what? Dave, help me out.
You don't know what Indo-PACOM is?
Oh, yeah.
Indo-PACOM is. Everybody knows what Indo-PACOM is.
A girl that I dated in high school. She was
named Indo-PACOM.
Yeah, she was from India.
It's the Indonesian Pacific, or the India Pacific Central Command.
Why is she saying about that? I don't understand.
Because she wants everyone to know that she knows, and you're a dope and you don't know what she's talking about. That's why people do that, you know. That's why they use acronyms and they drop, very technical language. It's all to make you feel dumb so they can feel smart.
Okay. Anyway, so there's a tie-in. Again, this. Could you not see? We've been trying to map this out like with freaking dominoes. You understand?
Ships. Listen, Xi Jinping must have been on the phone with these Iranians going, "What are you guys doing? Give him whatever he wants. We have to have oil." And Xi Jinping sounds just like this.
You realize?
I don't understand.
You realize that this is the connection, and the how Trump does it. When this whole thing happened with Venezuela, right?
Right.
Did anyone see this? We've been talking about it, that it has to do with the Dark Fleet way back in Venezuela.
Right.
Because we're telling you the stuff.
Not only all the oil stuff. Do you realize the billions of dollars that China and Russia have tied up in Venezuela and Iran? Billions and billions over the years that they invested in Venezuela and Iran in order to, take their resources and so forth. And we just went in there and go, no. And you know what they did? They stood down.
Right. Listen. Okay. Reminder for everyone. Russia has been working on this war now with Ukraine for like almost 4 years. The size of Russia, this is just a Russia. It would be like if the United States was the size of Russia, it would be like Texas, a little bit bigger than that. That's the size of it. They've been at this for 4 years. You realize how big Iran is. It's like huge.
Iran's
the United States just went in there, decimated their Air Force, decimated like the whole Navy. And then the mainstream media is like talking about the Strait of Hormuz. So then what does Trump does? Oh, you're going to blockade that? Well, we're going to blockade your blockade. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No.
How's that for a third bite?
Listen, this media, they did a great bit on Mornings with Maria, which is a terrific show. It's the greatest business morning show that's on TV. Squawk Box is pretty good, but Mornings with Maria is really excellent. Anyway, so they did this bit about where they asked various artificial AIs, how would the media be treating the president and Congress and political figures during World War II? If it was the current day media, how would they be treating like Roosevelt? And the response was crazy. We would have lost World War II.
Oh,
that would have been the end of it.
The one video,
speaking German, which isn't bad. There's nothing wrong with speaking German, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the one video we're gonna have that I didn't show you later talks about Roosevelt. All right, Dave, can we go talk about this one? This one right here.
Yes, Debbie's here, so that's good.
Oh, good. All right, Trump says Hezbollah will be part of Israel-Lebanon, ceasefire. Okay.
Yeah. All right. First of all, you're gonna have the left and the left is immediately going to say he wants to negotiate with the terrorists of Hezbollah. This is a known terrorist group. Now, of course, Hezbollah last week was sweet, young, wonderful people to the left. But now that Trump is bringing them out, they're horrors. You have to understand what the president does. The president speaks publicly these things to shape the negotiations, right? Just talking with Lebanon, when we all know that Lebanon can't handle Hezbollah. That's the problem.
Right. Now, we have a lot to go with this. This is great. The video I'm going to show you talks about Netanyahu.
Right.
A reminder, and we are decimating the propaganda that has been out there from the nihilist podcasters that somehow Trump has taken orders from Netanyahu. We already showed you the video where Trump basically calls him in and say, go apologize to Qatar. Watch what happens. You just saw the article. Watch what Netanyahu was saying. Okay, here we go. 45 seconds.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called a potential peace agreement between Israel and Lebanon a historic opportunity, but added Israeli forces will remain in Lebanon and that a potential peace deal must include the dismantling of Hezbollah.
To achieve this ceasefire, Hezbollah insisted on two conditions. First, that Israel must withdraw from all Lebanese territory back to the international border. Second, a ceasefire based on the quiet for quiet model. I agreed to neither of these.
Netanyahu also hinted at a long-term occupation of southern Lebanon, describing a security zone that would stretch the length of the Israeli border.
Right.
Yep. And I'm going to just add to this, Dave. Israel will do what Donald Trump wants, not the other way around.
Okay, but first let me just say this. Lebanon cannot handle Hezbollah. They don't have the police force. They don't have the military to deal with Hezbollah. So that is why the president is saying, okay, well, let's bring Hezbollah into the negotiations. And of course, naturally, at first glance, the Israelis are going to be going nuts over that because they know that even while these talks were beginning, Gene, Hezbollah was firing rockets into Israel.
Right.
While they're allegedly having peace talks, they're firing rockets into Israel. So the president put out a post today that we want to read you.
Yes. Yeah. Let me get this. Let me get this set up here so
Take your time. Take your time. We're all sitting, waiting patiently for you. All right, here we go. Okay. So Trump puts this post out at some point this morning. The USA will get all the nuclear dust created by our great B-2 bombers. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. This deal with Iran is in no way subject to Lebanon either, but the USA will separately work with Lebanon and deal with the Hezbollah situation. Notice how he spells Hezbollah. It's Hezbollah. He's so crazy. Hezbollah situation in an appropriate manner. Israel will not be bombing Lebanon any longer. See, now that's a message to Hezbollah. Okay, that's a message to Hezbollah saying, no, we're going to keep the Israelis back. They're not going to be bombing you any longer. They are prohibited from doing so by the USA. But enough is enough. Thank you, President Trump. The message that the president is sending is this. I'm gonna keep Israel from bombing you. That's it. I prohibited them from bombing you. So Israel will not. Now, the instant that Hezbollah breaks that truce and breaks that ceasefire, they will get the Iranian treatment.
Hey, listen, this is the same thing. Listen, the same thing that we said all along. Look at what Donald Trump is saying. Just face value. Look what he's saying. This whole thing, man, where people are like, that Donald Trump is, at the very least, do you really, does it look like this? Donald Trump is calling the shots. Oh, really quick, Dave, if I can clear it up for myself and also for everyone else, our viewers, because they're really educated. And I just want to make sure myself. Lebanon is, of course, the country right above to the north of Israel.
Correct.
But it's Hezbollah is like the, if I could say this, like the gangsters. So it's like the cartels in Mexico. They're the.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Hezbollah has set its operations up just across the Israeli border. It just across just across the border from Israel. That's where they set up, right in southern Lebanon. They have all their little headquarters. That's where
right. So they're like the extremists inside of the government, the nation, correct?
It's more like they're the criminal organization within Lebanon that Lebanon doesn't know how to deal with.
Okay, so that with our viewers, now you know the correlation between them, because I am telling you, before this, much of MAGA, including myself, was only caring about the United States, and we had no idea what's going on in the Middle East and everything else. So this is understanding this is key to understand what Donald Trump wants to do with the Middle East.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what Trump wants to do with the Middle East.
He build hotels there.
He'd build hotels, have condos and golf courses, and make money. Yeah. That's what he's looking at. Truly.
Yeah, and the left.
I'm going to bring up something right now that your socks are going to run up and down your legs on, because as these things continue on, and there's a greater peace that rolls through that Middle East for the time being, there is a lot of talk that Israel will take down the walls that they currently have surrounding them. And then you're really into biblical prophecy about what comes next. So these are very exciting times. These are very exciting times. So
all right.
Just keep reading, and please read your Bibles so you don't, so you're not dumb when all this stuff, a lot of stuff is happening.
I know. All right.
And don't listen to those clowns out there. Oh, they hid the Bible from us. They took all the books. Oh, they're hiding books. No. That Bible has everything you need in it to live.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, can we just talk about this real quick?
Yes.
Bitcoin. Where's your Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yes. You have that
Oh, yeah. Well, I gotta find it. Oh, well, let's talk about the Bitcoin first, because this is so fun how this happens with this Bitcoin. Because now what's happening is that Secretary Bessent sent the letters to the Chinese banks. So now the Chinese banks are like, wow, we don't want to get taken off the world financial system. So sorry, Iran, we can't changeroo your Bitcoin into dollars and all of that. So now their Bitcoin goes back to being dead in their wallets, and you're seeing a surge in the price of Bitcoin as a result. Very interesting how that works, isn't it?
Right.
Because don't forget, if they exchange it for dollars, then the Bitcoin gets dumped back onto the market, and there's more supply than there's a greater supply now.
Right.
So because they can't do that, the supply comes down, and the demand is still there.
Right, guys. If you have not, guys, it's like an ebook of like $22 or something, and the updates or whatever, $2
with bi-monthly updates.
Guys, understand that at the very least, understand how this works so that you're not bamboozled off of whatever. Just understand it, because it's tying in with everything we're talking about.
Yes. Don't wait for some kind of crisis where all of a sudden you have to learn this stuff, and then you're like, oh, where's that book from George? Didn't George have an ebook I could download? Just get it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's do this. Finish up again. We'll have some fun here. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Right. It's Friday. Oh my goodness. Am I too giddy to this today? This is good. All right.
And he's not drinking.
I'm not.
He's not drinking. He's having Red Bulls. He's having Red Bulls and so on.
I might start singing in a little bit while we're at it.
Oh my goodness.
Singing. All right. Dave, let's talk about America's 250th.
Yes.
This is part of the celebration. Now, just so you, excuse me, just so you guys know, there's presidential quotes from every president in this book. Yes, I know we have a lot of Trump fans, but there's a lot of non-Trump stuff in there. President's quotes, beautiful pictures. This America 250, if I could just say it this way, as we're heading into it, you realize that Donald Trump wants, besides celebrating, wants a push into the midterms. So everything in the summer, do you think we want $6 gasoline going into the summer to all these events?
No. Let's check where the price of oil is right now. Gene, do you know where oil is right now?
No.
Oil is at 84. Well, 85 currently. The June contracts are at 84.
Okay. Again,
now think about that. That's instantly going to drop the price of gas, like by the weekend.
Yeah, it is to the best interest of Donald Trump to have America prosperous, oil low, great feel for it for this celebration of the America's 250th. Because if not, could you imagine, like, well, I want to go here, but I can't travel to it because the gas is too much. There's celebrations this summer all over the United States. Dave.
Yes.
All right. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to say hello to some people here.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Because oh my goodness, look at Debbie. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. That's wonderful.
Yes. Lori Ann's here and Phil. Okay. Dave, can I
No, Phil, not in California, because your California government is putting umpteen taxes on every gallon of gas.
Yes.
California
is not.
And you know what? And you know what Gavin Newsom does after he puts the tax on? He goes like this. This is what is going on.
Oh my goodness. All right. Hey guys. Dave, I can't go on. Do you know who the Secretary of Interior in 2020 was? Because I met him.
Oh.
I met him at
big tall guy, right? Big tall guy.
I don't know if he was tall. Well, anyway, I met him. All right, Dave. Just because I'm 5'1.5", not 5'1".
Gene's the only adult I know that can ride the kiddie rides at Disneyland.
Let's start spreading that rumor. Can we start spreading that rumor? Because I need a new rumor about me. I'm like,
you should have one of those size things behind you, and it just, and have it like wrong measurements.
You mean when you rob a bank? When you rob a bank? It was I think it was a Chinese man with long hair. I think it was 5'1".
Let's see. Tracy knows.
Tracy saw me in person.
Yeah. No, she's got it right here. She'll fix you. She'll fix you right up.
I'm 5'1.5".
No, okay. You're not 5'1".
Okay. Anyway, when I went to Mount Rushmore, right? This is when Trump gave his speech. The Secretary of Interior was there, and because he had to approve the fireworks, and everyone was like, "Who's that? Who's that?" And I was like, "Who's that?" The Secretary of Interior is a big position. Anyway, here's our current Secretary of Interior, Doug Burgum. He's talking about all the fun stuff. Okay, here we go.
Well, across our 63 flagship national parks and our hundreds of historic battlefields from Lexington, Concord, Independence Hall, Washington, D.C., Charleston, there's going to be events all through the summer celebrating historic events from our history. One of the most exciting ones that's happening, the largest private sector partnership ever with a national park, at the entrance to Theodore Roosevelt National Park, the only national park named after a person instead of a place in the Badlands of North Dakota, a $450 million presidential digital library that's opening there. Super exciting, kicking off on July 1, honoring the legacy of Theodore Roosevelt, his leadership, his citizenship, his conservation. And that library is going to challenge anyone who visits it. How are they going to get in the arena to help make our next 250 years even better?
All right. So a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on this summer with that.
Pretty good. You know that President Teddy Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt was a real badass. I mean, we talk about Trump, and we love Trump, but that Teddy Roosevelt was a real. The guy was speaking. He finished his speech with a bullet lodged in his chest. I mean, I want you to think about this. The guy was shot while giving a speech running for president. He finishes the speech. I got to tell you,
they don't make him like that anymore.
Pretty good. No, they don't make him like that anymore.
When he got shot, did he go, "Someone put a cap in me"? Did he say that? You know, "Someone put a cap in me"? No.
These expressions. No, he didn't say anything like that. But it's true though.
All right.
If it wasn't for the speech that he hand wrote, and he folded up the papers, and it was so thick that he stuck it in his pocket, it slowed the bullet down. So it didn't actually, you know.
I saw Back to the Future. I saw the breastplate trick. I seen it.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
It does. You got to watch Back to the Future.
I saw Back to the Future.
It does.
And that's because they prepared with a vest.
Someone help me out.
It's not like Teddy Roosevelt. Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm gonna.
This is why he got a lot of F's in school. Now you understand. His teacher looked at him and went, "Gonna give that guy another F."
They said one day this man is going to be teaching civics to the world.
Yes, he's going to be teaching civics to the world. God help us all.
All right, Dave Blaze. All right, while we're here, we're very giddy today. We got a lot done, and then a lot of great things coming up. And
all right, Joel Castillo is here.
Oh, great. All right, Dave.
Oh, great, Daniel. We got the whole gang in here.
I know Daniel's here. Me and Daniel. We got to plan a trip to Vegas.
Yeah, listen, we got new people here. Hold on. We got Pavitt Stargate, Bravo Zulu. I don't know what that means. Okay. Ginger's over here saying he's not. We don't know what he's not. Oh, probably to your height.
Yeah. She said I'm 5'5".
We have Flatland 1776. Tammy in the yard is here.
Is he firmament? Is he firmament worthy?
Yeah, he's talking about interviewing Flat Earth Dave. We're not gonna interview people that have random internet names.
All right.
We're looking for verifiable stuff and all that. That's
yeah. We'll interview the people from NASA.
If you want to know, here's your greatest proof in the whole world. Regardless of what anybody tells you, you get on an airplane, you're up 40,000 feet in the air, 35,000 feet in the air, and the horizon is at the same level. And I don't care if they say, well, you know, that's because of the parallax view or this view or whatever, and two lines come together and they give you a whole bunch of scientific explanations. That's marvelous. The horizon is still at eye level. That's all. That's all. And they could show me a blackboard full of equations. I know this sounds ignorant, but you could show me a blackboard full of equations. No matter. What do you prove? You can't prove anything. What are you proving? The Bible never speaks about how big the gap of the firmament is, right? Never talks about that. How far the Lord separated the waters below from the waters above. That gap, you don't know. That could be 30,000 miles. That could be 100,000 miles. You don't know you don't know the height. You don't know.
All right. All right.
Don't know.
Dave, let me just
tell you
everyone.
what I do know.
Oh, please
is when you look at the sun and the moon through welder's glass, they're the same size. I don't know how that happens. I mean, these are things that that nobody wants to explain. They'll get, let me bring out the textbook with
no. Okay, I'll
equations to show you.
I'll add my thing to it because I'm a photographer, right?
Yes.
And like there were times where like, okay,
is that what you call? Okay, I'm sorry.
No. So I'm living on the ocean in Myrtle Beach. So people say, hey, on this day we're getting married. There's this moon coming over the horizon. It is pitch black out. The moon comes over the horizon, and yet, according to it, is like the sun beams down on it to bounce off the light to it.
Right.
It looks like to me this moon is self-illuminating.
Yeah, because everybody knows that moonlight is different than sunlight.
Right. All right. This is good. All right, Dave.
The other thing that's fun is when the moon and the sun are in the sky at the same time. That's another fun little trick that the moon and the sun get to do. They probably talk to each other. Hey, let's really screw up their minds and be in the sky at the same time. So that's going on.
All right. This is another way we're going to go viral on this. Okay, Dave.
No. We'll get our supreme marketing guy. He'll get a hold of this and go, oh, these two idiots. What are they doing?
Sir, what do we do? Should we put this up, sir?
Yeah. Like two morons talking about all this stuff. But I'm telling you, it's very frustrating because when you talk to these highly educated types, they got books full of equations. Let me show you how the parallax view works, and you got to conjure. You hold it upside down. Look at this. This is divided over the square root of this. And okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you could please go to George.
The other thing, Gene, is when you go up on top of a mountain. Why is there snow up on top of a mountain if the mountain is closer to the sun? Just saying.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Guys.
Please go to georgemagazine.com and get the crypto playbook. It's like if you haven't got it yet, at least understand what's going on so like we could talk about it.
Yes.
Okay. That's it. Love you guys. We're looking forward to the weekend. A lot of good stuff. Okay. Anything else, Dave?
I don't think so, man. I think I said everything I'm about to say and more than I should have.
I know. All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.